Law of variable proportion. This is the concept that we'll be going to discuss in this particular video of concepts पढ़ाएंगे सबको सिखाएंगे. Hello everyone, welcome to iExamB. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you do not miss any update on our upcoming videos on the series of concepts पढ़ाएंगे सबको सिखाएंगे. Now, what exactly is the law of variable proportions or the law of diminishing marginal product? But before understanding these concepts, we will look at what exactly is total product, what is marginal product, and what is average product. When you know these three concepts, you will be able to understand the law of variable proportion or the law of diminishing marginal product in very much great detail. Now, suppose we have a lot of inputs that are required to produce a particular product, right? That is the output. Now, suppose we keep all the inputs constant but change only one particular input. Okay, suppose we are changing labor. So, we are increasing the employment of labor and we are keeping the employment of all other inputs constant. Right. So the output, the increase in the output because of increase in the labor input is called the total product. Because for different levels of labor, we will be getting different levels of output that will be produced. So this is called the total product of the variable input labor here, right? Now, what exactly is the marginal product? So marginal product is the difference in total product. Okay, so let's say 1 unit of labor input is giving you 20 units of output. But if you employ 2 units, you are getting, let's say, 30 units of output. This is the total product. So the marginal product here, the additional product that is being produced, additional output is 10 units because of increase in employment of labor input by 1 unit. So this is the marginal product. Now here also note that we are changing the labor input and all the other inputs are held constant. There is no change in employment of all the other inputs. Only the labor input employment is changing. So because here your inputs cannot take negative values, right? Labor cannot be -1, right? Or -2. So the marginal product will not be defined at 0 level of input employment. Now, what exactly is average product? So average product is giving you the total output per unit of variable input. So whatever is the total output and how much variable input is being used to produce this total output, okay, variable input, this is giving you the average product. So I hope now these three concepts are clear. Now let's look at what exactly is the law of variable proportions or the law of diminishing marginal product. So this law says that suppose you have a land here, okay, this is one of the fixed input in the short run. A piece of land cannot increase in the short run, right? Now, let's say you are employing some amount of labor here. Okay, let's say 10 units of labor are being employed on this piece of land. So the marginal product is initially increasing when more and more units of labor are employed, let's say from 10 to 12. So the marginal product initially increases, but after a point when this particular land becomes very crowded, let's say after 10 units of labor employment, up till 10 units the marginal product is increasing. But after 10 units, let's say, because this piece of land becomes very crowded, the additional product that is being produced, the marginal product from this piece of land, starts to fall. And this is the law of variable proportions or the law of diminishing marginal product, that ultimately after a certain unit of variable input employment to a fixed factor input, the marginal product would start declining. Now you can see here in this diagram also, initially the marginal product increases from 1 unit to 3 units of variable factor employment, but after this point the marginal product starts falling continuously. Now, why this is happening, what is the reason, is that as we employ more and more labor input initially, the factors become more suitable to production. But after a point, they become really crowded on this particular piece of land. So that is why the marginal product would start declining after a certain level of input employment. So, interesting thing to note is that the distinction between variable inputs and fixed input is only in the short run, because in the long run all the factors of production become variable. So this law is applicable only in the short run. Now, because initially the marginal product is increasing, the total product would also be increasing, but it will be here convex. It will be, that means it will be increasing at an increasing rate. But when marginal product starts falling, the total product is still increasing, but now it becomes concave. So it is increasing at a diminishing rate in stage 2. But when marginal product becomes negative, your total product starts falling, because the addition to total output is now negative. So that's why the total product is falling. Now, till the time when your marginal product is above the average product would be rising, right? This one. But when the marginal product is less than the average product starts falling. This is the relationship between marginal and average. This relationship can also be looked at in terms of the cricket run rates. That's what happened there also. The average run rate, right? And the marginal run rates. So those of you who are cricket fans, then you must be able to relate this concept well. So this is about the law of variable proportions and the law of marginal product. I hope you understood well that the marginal product of the factor input initially rises with its employment level, but after reaching a certain level of employment, it starts falling. And the reason is that because initially the factor proportions become more and more suitable for the production, but after a certain level of employment, the production process is becoming too crowded. That is why the marginal product starts falling. You can attempt the quiz on this particular video, on this particular topic. You will find the quiz link in the description. So, to summarize, there are 3 stages of the law of variable proportions. There's law of increasing returns, law of diminishing returns, and the law of negative returns. So, law of increasing returns, when the total product is increasing at an increasing rate. Law of diminishing returns, when the total product is increasing but at a diminishing rate. And law of negative returns, when the total product starts falling. Prepare 50% faster with iExamB. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any updates on the upcoming videos. If you have any queries, you can call on this number or you can email us at this particular email ID. Thank you.